All right, this is more sales contract information. Some of these are specific to Maryland and some are not. Some can be used all over the United States. Some are specific to the state of Maryland. But it's good to go review anyway. It might be something you can pull out of here and use on yours. We're going to go quick because I think we got 7 lessons again and another. Like part 1, 2, and 3 all had like 7 lessons. So I'm going to go pretty quick because some people might not even watch this because it's specific to Maryland. Okay, if Linda and Donnie wanted to have a dispute with their seller, which of the 2 following would they be required to do? Use mediation. Oh, select all that apply. Okay. Use mediation, hire an attorney. No. All right, hire and assign an attorney to mediate. Oh my God. Okay. All right, let's see. All right, there we go. Split the cost. I never heard of that, but they're going to split the cost with the seller. Okay. All right. What time frame from the settlement date or when settlement should have occurred are they obligated to mediate any disputes? I'm saying within 2 weeks. 1 year is pretty long. You're going to keep this going for a year? All right. Well, 6 weeks. Okay, that seems pretty long too. And that's not correct either, so it's got to be a year. Occur in 1 year from the actual settlement date. This must be after settlement. Yeah, actual settlement date, because otherwise, oh my gosh, that's pretty long. Long time to wait to get a house. All right. Attorney fees. If one party breaches, the breaching party can be forced to pay all the legal expenses of the non-breaching party. If more than one party is breached, the party that breached the contract must pay all the legal expenses. If a broker has made party to a litigation, both parties identify the broker for legal and other expenses, and a broker that is made party can never be required to pay the legal expenses. This one is false, the second one. This is false, and this is false. This is true, and this is true. I'm not going to go slow on this one because we have 7 lessons, and I'm trying to get it done in under 30 minutes. All right. To recap, if one party breaches the agreement, the breaching party can be forced to pay all of the legal expenses of the non-breaching party. If more than one party is breached, then all the breaching parties have to. Where the broker has been made a party to the litigation, both parties identify the broker for legal and other related expenses. Unless a judgment results against the broker can be responsible for paying the legal expenses in a litigation resulting in judgment against a broker. This is the attorney fees section of the contract, so if we get a question on the exam about that, that's where that would be. Okay, states that the buyers have the right to select their own settlement services. And I believe that is the notice of buyer's right. Warranties, plans, amount they cover. I'm believing that is limited warranty, not positive on that. They can get a brochure about property insurance coverage. Flood area, protected by the Maryland Real Estate Commission. Buyers have a right to receive a disclosure statement from the settler. Okay, got all of them right, so we're going to move on. There is one exception to the buyer's right for settlement services, provided a seller must not be prohibited from offering owner financing. Buyers who offered a warranty plan with a property should request a brochure that describes the exact plan and extent of coverage. Flood insurance premiums. Flood insurance premiums are based on the risk to flooding in the area where the property is located. Flood insurance premiums paid prior to the property sale will be the same as those that apply after the purchase. Due to TILA RESPA privacy guidelines, real estate agents are not entitled to copies of the closing disclosure. The Maryland State Real Estate Commission Guarantee Fund provides buyers up to $50,000 to pay against claims they might bring to the seller. That's false. All right, so flood insurance is false, and this is false. Okay. Almost all of these are false. All right, let's try again. Okay, this is true, this is true, this is false, false, and false. Okay, the Maryland Commission does not provide $50,000, and real estate agents are not entitled to copies of the closing disclosure and other settlement statements. Okay, flood insurance premiums are based on the risk. No, they are not, which I didn't know that. To summarize, buyer notices inform buyers about their rights and provide information to make them informed decisions with home warranties, property insurance, and flood insurance. It's the buyer notices section recap. So when we get a question on that, that's where that's going to be. That's going to be mostly insurance stuff. Tax-related notices. This is the tax for non-resident seller section. So anything about the tax codes are going to be in that section. Internal Revenue Service filing is going to be in the tax-related, of course. I mean, that makes sense. There are two correct choices, okay? No, that's not it. Nope. I guess the seller is responsible for filing the fees. The seller is responsible for filing any fees related to the IRS. That's interesting. All right, that's the tax-related notice section recap. That's pretty simple, self-explanatory. Anything to do with taxes. All right, this is the environmental and conservation notices. And this is going to be under, of course, conservation notices. Hopefully it'll make sense. I think it will. Okay. Resource regulations. Army Corps is required to build on a wetland notice. This must comply with the Forest Conservatory Act. And this is a notice about easements, which is conservation easements. So this one must be the Coastal Bay's critical area. And this is for Maryland, by the way. This is specific because we have the Chesapeake Bay here in Maryland. And some in Virginia too, by the way. All right, this is the Chesapeake and Atlantic Coastal Bay critical area. And what constitutes a critical area? All right, I think this is it. Okay, the critical area is land and waters within 1,000 feet beyond the boundaries of the state or private wetlands and all their tribal tributaries. And this is going to be under the environmental and conservation notice in the contracts. All right, FIRPTA and criminal activity. We're on lesson 6. And applies to buyers of residential property if the seller is a foreign person and the purchase price exceeds $300,000. This is a foreign. This is called a foreign something. Foreign investment taxes. Okay, that's what that is. That's what that FIRTPA stands for. Sex offenders and military installations are subject to high noise levels. It gives a notice to buyers that properties near military bases are subject to high noise areas. Okay, buyers who are buying a home from a foreign seller with a purchase price are required to withhold federal income tax. Okay, I don't know about that. Sellers are required to provide an affidavit at the time of settlement stating they are non-residential. I mean, this might be true. I don't know. I'll find out. Okay, buyers are solely responsible for researching the possible presence of sexual offenders or criminal activity. If buyers find sexual offenders, they can cancel the contract. I don't think that's true. The military installation notice applies to all counties. I'm guessing that's true. We'll find out. No, it doesn't. Okay. So everything else we got right. The buyer is responsible, and they can also not cancel a contract because of sexual offenders. You should do that before you put in a contract, by the way. Frederick, Howard, almost all the counties here in Maryland. Okay. So, what did I say this was? I have no idea. If buyer, they can cancel. No, they cannot cancel. Buyers are solely responsible. They stating they are non-residents. I can't remember what I put up here. I think I put true. Okay, yeah. So they don't have to pay taxes. That's pretty freaking nice. They don't have to pay federal income tax on the payment of their purchase property under that law. And that's federal, by the way, not just a state law. This is our final lesson. So, this one is parties and property tax. Buyers are making no representation to buyers about specific aspects of the property. No representation states that the brokers and agents are not advising buyers about various property conditions. No advising. State that the buyers and sellers are responsible for paying the vendors each time they hire. Compensation of buyers. So all this stuff is going to be under the parties and property tax notice. Protection of homeowners. Okay. Did I hit next? There we go. Let's look at the property tax notice. So, if the property is transferred to a new homeowner after January 1st, the beginning of a new taxable year, what is the maximum number of days the new owner has to submit a written appeal? I would believe 60 days. I'm just guessing. I got it. Good. 60 days. All right. In this lesson, you are letting the property owners know that they have a window of opportunity to appeal the classification of their property for property tax purposes, basically. And that means like the federal taxes. All right, let's see how we can do on the exam. There is 10 questions, I do believe. 6 questions. Oh, yay. That's awesome. All right, this section, I think it's notice the parties, but we'll see. All right, per the attorney's fee, if more than one party is breached, who is responsible for paying legal expenses? If more than one party has it. I don't know. I'm guessing they pay their own. I don't remember seeing that in there. All right, Shelley is the seller in a mediation with her buyer over a dispute with the sales contract. Who is responsible for paying the cost of the mediation? I believe they each pay their own. All right, what is the purpose of the criminal activity and sexual offenders section? To find out if there are known sex offenders near the property. All right. According to notice of parties, who is responsible for compensating vendors during the sales? I'm guessing each party pays for the vendors they hire. Which section of the residential explains the process by which the buyer and seller attempt any disagreements regarding the contract? Mediations dispute section. I got them all right. Oh my God. That's a miracle. I'm going to go kind of slow since we got a little time. If you want to screenshot any of these questions, since we got through this so quickly. All right, so the next one is, oh my God, we got another part to this. Jesus. All right, so we're going sections of the Maryland Sales Contract, Part 4. Some of this stuff is for federal, so you might want to tune in. I'll see y'all in the next video.